Hello and welcome to our letter of the day video. Today's letter is the letter K. So if your name begins with K, stand up. I get to stand up today. If your name begins with K, stand up. If your name begins with K, if your name begins with K, if your name begins with K, stand up. Well, my name begins with K. Miss Kathy starts with the letter K, and that's what the letter K looks like. Now let's see if we can write the letter K. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a number 1. We're going to make a number 1, and then we're going to move over just a little bit at the top. We're going to slide to the middle and slide out. So make a number 1 and then slide to the middle and slide out. That's the letter K, uppercase. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house, okay? We're going to start with the number 1. We're going to move over at the top. Then we're going to slide to the middle and slide out. This is our handwriting time. And you can practice if you'd like to now, or just watch me and practice later. You can even skywrite if you'd like to. The more you practice, the more this will stick. To skywrite, just take your finger, make a number 1, and go back up to the top, slide to the middle, and slide out. Number 1, and then slide to the middle and slide out. Well, pause and practice, or just keep watching and practice later. I want to tell you something about koala bears. Koala bear starts with K, and today that's what we're going to talk about. Well, mama koala bears have baby koala bears, and those baby koala bears look like the mama koala bears. And that's kind of the same thing with the letter K. The little letter K looks an awfully lot like the big K. We're going to start the same way, actually. We're going to make another number 1. And then we're going to make a little smaller slide. Slide, slide. You see how much smaller it is than the big K? In fact, it's halfway down. That's a little bit easier to see on the handwriting house. So let's make a lowercase k on the handwriting house. We're going to start by making a number 1. Just like before. But then we're going to come to the middle line. We're going to slide, slide, all downstairs. So slide, slide. Make that number 1, and then slide, slide. Number 1, and then slide, slide. Okay, there we go. How about if I make one more to show you? Make a number 1, come to the middle, and then slide, slide. Well, the letter K makes this sound. Now we're going to move into our phonics time. The letter K says K, K, K. And Sue has a friend that's going to come today and help us to remember what sound K makes. K says K, K, K. Well, I'm going to give you some hints about who Sue's friend is. You've probably met Sue before if you've watched some other videos. Sue is our friend that helps us from time to time, especially during calendar time, to hold the flag. Well, Sue has a friend, and this friend is green. This friend is a puppet like Sue. This friend has really long legs and can jump really high. And this friend's name starts with the letter K. Any guesses? Well, let me get Sue's friend to come out and to see you. Come on, don't be shy. Come on out. Come on out. Look who it is, everybody. It's Kermit. K is for Kermit. Well, Kermit, I heard you had some pretty long legs. Is that true? Oh my goodness, Kermit. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty stretchy. You're pretty stretchy. You do have some long legs. Can you do that? Can you put your leg all the way up like Kermit? I know I can't do that. Kermit, you are flexible. Well, Kermit's going to help us do some kicks because K says K as in kick. You can stand up and kick along too if you'd like. Do some big karate kicks. K says k, as in kick. K says k, k, k. Let's do it again. Okay, Kermit, you want to? Okay, so K says k, as in kick. K says k, k, k. Well, Kermit, you did a great job helping us to know what letter K says. Thank you so much. You can sit back down on the carpet and you can listen for the rest of our class. Thank you, Kermit. Well, today when we do our blending, I'm going to give you a hint about what letter K sounds like. I'm going to do this with my hands. It looks like I'm running and then I'm going to kick. So K says k, as in kick. K says k, k, k. All right, so first before we blend, I need to know what my vowels are. Can you help me? The vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. These are the vowels. Thank you. Well, we're going to put the letter K with each of these vowels, and then we're going to blend the two sounds together. Reading is just blending sounds together, so we always start with just two sounds to get us ready to read. Okay, so K says K, A says A, ka, ka, ka. Let's try to blend K with the letter E. K, e, ke, ke. Let's blend K with the letter I. K, I, ki, ki. Let's blend K with the letter O. K, a, ka, ka. Let's blend K with the letter U. K, ka, ka. Well, today we're going to make two words. We're going to use this blend and we're going to use this blend to make two words. First, let's look at this one. Ke. I want this word to be can. So what letter should I put at the end? What letter says n, n, n? What letter says n, n, n? Letter N. All right, now let's try to read this word, okay? Can, can, can. That's someone's name, can. Well, if it's someone's name, I need to change this from a lowercase k to an uppercase K because everyone's name begins with an uppercase or big letter. Now let's read this name. Can, can. Now I want to make one more word with this blend. This blend is kit, and I wanted to say kit. So what letter makes this sound? T, 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 t. Letter T. Letter T says T. All right, let's try to read this word together. Kit, kit, kit. Kit, you read another word today. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Nice, nice job. Well, if you're not ready for all this reading stuff just yet, I want you to practice just the sound that K makes. You can say K says K, as in kick, and do some karate kicks. K says K, K, K. Well, koala bears are so soft and fluffy. So today for math, we're going to be using pom-pom balls. Pom-pom balls are also soft and fluffy. But don't worry if you don't have pom-pom balls. You can use anything that you have that can make 10. You can use cereal pieces. You can use pennies. You can use Legos or goldfish crackers. Whatever you have that you have 10 of, you can use for this making 10 activity. So I have 10 pom-pom balls. Let's count them though to make sure that I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do have 10 pom-pom balls. Now watch this. I'm going to move some of the pom-pom balls to the other side. I'm going to leave one over here, and I'm going to move all 10 to the other side. Now, I have one pom-pom ball, and then let's count and see how many pom-pom balls are over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 pom-pom ball plus 9 pom-pom balls equals how many pom-pom balls? How many pom-pom balls did we have in the beginning? 10. I didn't take any away. I just moved them around. Let me show you. I'll move them right back. Ta-da! See? It's just the original 10. So 1 plus 9 equals 10. This time, I'm going to leave 2 pom-pom balls, and I'll move all the rest over. So I have 2 pom-pom balls, and let's see how many are over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 pom-pom balls plus 8 pom-pom balls equals how many? 10. Remember, I didn't take any away. All 10 pom-pom balls are still here. Let me move them back over so you can see. Ta-da! See? There they all are. This time, I'm going to leave 3, and I'm going to move all the rest over. All right, so now I have 3 pom-pom balls, and let's see how many are over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 pom-pom balls plus 7 pom-pom balls equals how many pom-pom balls? 10. Let's move them back over so you can see all 10 are still here. Well, this activity is called Making 10, and so you can get 10 of anything, but I'll put the link below if you want this sheet. And then you can just find different ways of making 10, like 4 and 6 or 5 and 5. See how many ways you can make 10. Okay, for our color today, koala bears are super cute and they are gray in color. So we're going to use gray for our color of the day. But I'm going to change the song just a little bit. The song says that dolphins are gray too. So instead, can we say koalas are gray too? All right, help me sing if you remember the song. And I'll put the link below so you can get a copy of this poster. G-R-A-Y spells gray. G-R-A-Y spells gray. Hi-ho, did you know? G-R-A-Y spells gray. Elephants are gray. Koalas are gray too. Hi-ho, did you know? G-R-A-Y spells gray. So how do you spell gray? G-R-A-Y spells gray. Well, we're going to use something gray in our art project today, and we're also going to be doing our shape project, our shape practice at the same time that we do art. So let me move the camera so you can see, and you might be surprised what we're using to make our art today. For our art project today, we're going to be using a newspaper. A newspaper kind of looks gray, and we're going to make a koala bear out of this newspaper. First, I'm going to take a circle, and I'll put the link below so that you can get a copy of the template for making this koala bear. But any circle will do. Just find a circle and trace it onto the newspaper. we're going to need 2 more smaller circles. Those are going to be the koala bear's ears. So trace and cut out 1 large circle and 2 smaller circles. You're also going to need this shape. This is a half circle, see? We also call that a semicircle. So trace 1 semicircle, that will be the koala bear's body. Well, I've already have all my pieces cut out just to save a little time. Let me show you my koala bear made from newspaper. Ta-da! There he is. I didn't glue him down yet because I wanted to show you how I made him. So first you take that semicircle piece that you cut out from newspaper and glue that down. That's his body. And then next you take the large circle and you glue that down for his head. I took a marker and I made a big oval and colored it in. That's the koala bear's nose. Next, I took the 2 smaller circles. I'm going to glue those down for the ears. And then I just made some eyes. I just drew circles with dots inside. Ta-da! So now we have a newspaper koala bear. And you know what's really cool? We recycled. We took something that we might have thrown away otherwise, and we used it to make our art project for today. Now let's do some science together. For science today, we're going to be learning about where the koala bear lives. This is a world map. There are 7 continents in the world. One of those continents is Australia. This is Australia, and that's where koala bears live. Let's take a look at some more things that we can learn about koala bears. We've already learned that koala bears are gray, and they're so cute. Take a look at this picture of a real koala bear. Koala bears are a very small bear-like animal. Koala bears have thick woolly fur, which can help to keep them warm, and it also acts as a raincoat. Koala bears live in Australia, and they love to eat leaves. They're herbivores. That means they eat plants and not meat. The most favorite leaf that a koala bear loves to eat the most is the eucalyptus leaf. The eucalyptus leaf comes from a eucalyptus tree. When a koala bear is not eating, which it loves to do all the time, it's sleeping. A koala bear sleeps more than it eats. It sleeps about 18 hours a day, and it's awake for only about 6 hours. So that's kind of the opposite of people. We're awake most of the day and asleep for just a small portion. Well, the name koala comes from an Aborigine word that means no drink. Maybe they called this koala no drink because they didn't see it drinking very much. A koala gets much of its water from the leaves that it eats. Well, a koala bear is a lot like another animal that starts with K, a kangaroo. A kangaroo has a pouch for its baby. Well, guess what? So does a koala bear. When a baby koala bear is born, it crawls up and gets into its mother's pouch and stays there for 6 months while it's growing bigger. A baby koala bear is known as a joey. Well, I have a super cool song about the 7 continents. I'm going to put the link below because it's not my song and I want you to be able to hear it from the original source, but you must listen to it. The song says, there are seven continents. There are seven continents. So make sure you check out that song to round out your social studies time for today. Okay, now I have a special story that I'd like to read to you, and the story is called Koala Lou. So let's read that together. Koala Lou is a book by Mem Fox. Koala Lou. Koala Lou was a koala bear who lived in Australia. She lived with her mother. There were lots of other animals who lived around her, but Koala Lou loved her mother the best. And you know what? Koala Lou's mother loved her the best too. Koala Lou's mother would say 100 times a day, Koala Lou, I do love you. Koala Lou and her mother had so much fun, just the two of them. Whenever she stretched in the early morning sun, or climbed a gum tree, or bravely went down the path all by herself, her mother would smile and say, Koala Lou, I do love you. But years went by, and Koala Lou's mother had more baby koala bears. Koala Lou had brothers and sisters, and Mother was much busier than she was before. Soon her mother was so busy she didn't have time to tell Koala Lou that she loved her. Every night as she curled up under the stars, Koala Lou thought about the times when her mother had looked at her and said, Koala Lou, I do love you, and she longed for her to say it again. One night, Koala Lou had a splendid idea. Preparations had begun for the Bush Olympics. She would enter the Olympics. She would compete in the gum tree climbing event, and she would win. And her mother would fling her arms around her neck and say again, Koala Lou, I do love you. Well, Koala Lou thought about her plan, and then she got a really good night's rest. The next morning, Koala Lou began her training. She jogged and puffed and lifted weights and panted. She hung from a branch with one claw at a time till she ached. She did push-ups till her stomach hurt. And last of all, she climbed the tallest tree that she could find. And she did that over and over and over again. It was almost time for the Bush Olympics. Koala Lou continued to train. Sometimes her mother would watch her and ask, How are you doing, Blossom? Fine, just fine, Koala Lou would reply. Koala Lou would climb the tallest tree she could find again and again. At last, the day of the Bush Olympics arrived. All the animals came to see the show. Koala Claus had also entered the gum tree climbing event, and everyone knew how fast she was. But Koala Lou wasn't scared. She saw her mother in the crowd and imagined her saying, Koala Lou, I do love you. Seeing her mother in the crowd made her heart fill with hope. It was Koala Claus who went first. Her climb was a record-breaking 22 meters in 70 seconds flat. The spectators whistled and cheered and wildly waved their party hats and flung them in the air and said, Hooray! Hooray, Koala Claus! Well, it was Koala Lou's turn next. Can I do better than that? She wondered. I must. As she stepped toward the tree, a hush fell over the crowd. Koala Lou looked at the crowd. She looked at the tree. She looked at the crowd. Ready, set, go! It was Koala Lou's time to climb. She leapt onto the tree. Up and up and up she climbed, higher and higher and higher, faster and faster and faster, until there she was, right at the very top. The spectators roared and clapped and stamped their feet and threw their party hats and cried, Hooray! Hooray! Koala Lou! Hooray! but it was not quite fast enough to beat Koala Claus. In spite of all her training and all her hoping, it was Koala Claus who won the gum tree climbing contest. Koala Lou came in second. Well, this made Koala Lou very sad. She went off and hid. She heard the shouts of the Bush Olympics, and she just sat alone and cried her heart out. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo, Koala Lou cried. She wanted to win, so her mother would once again say, Koala Lou, I love you. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But then something happened. Koala Lou's mother found her, sitting alone and crying. Koala Lou's mother took her in her arms. Koala Lou's mother held her really tight, and Koala Lou's mother said, Koala Lou, I do love you. Well, Koala Lou thought she had to do all these special things to get her mother to love her, but her mother loved her no matter what she did. Doesn't that make you think about your own grown-ups at your house, your mom or dad or grandma or whoever you live with? They love you no matter what you do. And do you know who else does too? God does. God loves you no matter what you do. Nothing can separate you from God's love. Well, I hope you had a great day today, and I hope that you can make a koala bear out of some newspaper. And if you'd like to, you can do some karate kicks like Kermit. Let's get Kermit the Frog to come back so we can say goodbye. Come on up, Kermit. So, Kermit, we had a great time today. Thank you for helping us learn about those kicks. K is for kick. Continue to practice your blends and your words and your kicking and your letter K sound. And then join me tomorrow for our letter of the day video. Goodbye, everyone.